Hello everybody, welcome to today's market update. I hope you all enjoyed your holidays. Today we're going to take a quick look and do some updating on our analysis going through the last week here. So as always, we're going to go to our higher time frame analysis, and ultimately I'll just go ahead and we'll just want to move this a little bit. So you can see here, like I was kind of planning on doing something like this. I drew it over here at this time. So if we just scoot this over a little bit, my thesis was we put in this high here. I didn't think that we were going to take out the high again for at least a couple more weeks. Given the reaction that we saw here, it may be possible that we don't get this lower move first before taking out this high. So really for me, the two actionable trades are going to be, just looking at this higher time frame analysis, my two actionable trades are going to be taking out this high and taking out this low. Looking for a long here and looking for a short here on a deviation of either play. Okay. So as always, we like to start out our week by looking at that higher time frame analysis. We can see that this zone is still acting as resistance, and ultimately not a whole lot has changed. Now, if we go down to our lower time frame, go down to just a daily time frame here. Again, same story, right? So I haven't gone through and we haven't really updated a lot of these levels here. But ultimately what I was looking for was to, again, just do a deviation at this level. Will give us our long. Do sort of a deviation into this zone. Will give us our short, right? So those are the two things that I was talking about on our higher time frame analysis, looking at it from a lower time frame point of view. If we go ahead down here, something that I was looking at, I know a lot of people were saying, oh, we're going to be, going to new highs when we were trading in this area here. I didn't think that was the case. I do still think that BTC is going to make new highs. I don't think that the high is in over here. But I just didn't see any reason to do it, immediately. I took a hedge long here, which played out, took a little bit of profit here. I did not add to my short. I just held my short and traded it back down. Took more profit of my short here, which is the it is the 618 zone of this move, which we can see we bounced from like right to the dollar here and as well as here. So that does look really good as a support area. So what's been interesting to me is one thing that I would have always been saying is that, sort of lose this Monday high. I think it's likely that we get to move down to here. And we can see, right now at the very least, it's attempting. So let's see if I have this drawn out here. So this was my original plan. All right. So this is kind of what I drew out for you guys. And this is really funny, but let's go ahead and just scoot this over a little bit. Okay. So yeah, this is my general plan right now. I actually, maybe taking a short position here wouldn't be a terrible idea. I'll update you guys in the Discord on that, and we can take a look at what we would want to do here. But right now, I'm sort of just sitting on my hands because it's a holiday week, but I'll go ahead and update you guys here. But as we can see, this plan's going like really, really nicely. We did come back to back test this level like I expected, and then from here, I am still looking for sort of this deviation down here before continuation to the upside. I also had another sort of here it is right here. This is the one that I wanted to look for. Go down to a lower time frame. When I originally took this short from this zone, I said this is sort of the area to contest with. So that's why I took a hedge here, and why this area is still so very interesting is because, a loss of this area here would definitely mean that we are going to be visiting this zone, right? So someone said in the Discord just moments ago, they're like, we're all kind of confused as to what we should do here. And I can understand why you're confused. And the reason is because we're range bound. People are typically unsure of what's going to happen in a range bound environment. And, when you look at what's happening here, I mean, price, this is it. Price has just been trading in this area, and it's been doing that since for really the entire month. So, what's been happening, okay, up here, we're going to new highs, down here, we're going to make new lows, and, that kind of extremism, looking for new highs or new lows immediately off the bat is what can cause a lot of confusion, rather than just simply understanding that we're range bound and we're just continuing to, trade a range. In fact, if we really wanted to, I'm sure we could just do something like this, which I think would be, relatively interesting, is to go ahead and draw out you know, to imagine that sort of this is kind of the range that we're in, right? Something like that. But I like how the setup that we have here already. I think that it's very clean. So from here, you know, if this area continues to hold as resistance, I wouldn't be surprised if we did get a move down into here. If this area is lost, we are definitely going to be visiting this zone. If we reclaim back into here, I'd look for a deviation, but I would be more or less thinking that we would have continuation to the upside. Personally, right now, I think the BTC just continues to range. So what does that look like? Not really a whole lot. In fact, if I were to stick to my original plan, I still think that this is going to play out, and this looks really, really, really nice. So, you know, if you were looking to take a trade, I don't think that there'd be anything wrong with, you know, depending on what kind of risk you want to have here, you know, whether we put above here or here, I would feel probably more comfortable doing something like this. It's still a good risk reward. And going ahead and trading that down to that daily NPOC, which is also the CME gap down here. Okay. So we'll go ahead and take a brief look at Ethereum. I've been calling for ETH longs for quite some time. Let's see, where is it? So not that one. Here it is right here. So this is my macro ETH long position that I've been adding to like nonstop. It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I definitely think that we're gonna go up here. Take profit 1 is still in this zone. I'm very, very, very happy with this, and I'm not selling. So, you know, once we get to our take profit 1 zone here, I'll likely set my stop loss to break even and go ahead and sort of let the rest of the trade ride up into this zone, which I hope to sort of reach sometime in the first week of January, given that ETH, you know, pulls something of a huge rally, and all of that sort of coming off the back of this ETH BTC pair, where I'm expecting to, you know, visit this zone here, where if we go ahead and zoom out, let's just say to a weekly time frame, you can see I'm sort of looking at this as to be a deviation of this macro channel here. And that's an 11% move up from the lows right here. Currently, it is a 7% move up just to even get there, let alone back inside the channel. So if we go ahead and take a look at ETH here, and we go down to a daily time frame, and we ask ourselves what a 7% pump off the current level is right now, you know, we're looking at, you know, our take profit 1, basically the midline at about 2,500 ETH. So, yeah, that's my, the ETH long is going really well. That's my general plan on ETH. Not a whole lot has changed. Now, the last thing that I do want to take a look at with you guys, before we hop off here, we'll go ahead and hide some of this stuff. I do want to just take a little bit of time. We'll go ahead and look at our, liquidation levels here. Oops. So currently sitting at negative delta right now on BTC. We can see that a lot of shorts and a lot of longs are opening up in this zone. Again, not very surprised. It's a very contested area. In fact, let's just go to a higher. Go ahead and let's see. Yeah, I stand by my short position. I would like to see that this level would get taken. So 43.33, 43.330. So let's go ahead and take a look at that briefly and what that looks like. Go ahead and hide this. Yeah, so something like in here I think would be a good short, sort of a one more sweep at this level, or probably not that much. One more sweep at this level here, you know, and then get that move down. In fact, we can go ahead and extend this and take a look. And really, I think a move up to sort of tap that trend line, and then, you know, continuation to the downside would be really nice. Then grabbing that area of liquidity there. All right, cool. We'll go ahead and take a look at. Oops, I'm not sure what happened there. Go ahead and take a look at our heat map quickly here. Last 7 days. Yep, that 39,500, a very big hot spot. Let's go look back on the month. Yeah, 45,500 still a hot spot, and then again that 39,500 is also a hot spot there. So yeah, we can see that, you know, price is ultimately dancing between these two larger zones of liquidity that we've sort of been have been looking at here. Um, I think that everything sort of does line up really well with our plan, right? I like the idea, of sticking to where we were at, that we sort of see this sweep of the lows here before then continuation to the upside. In the meantime, alts continue to rally very, very well, especially ETH related ones, rotating from Solana. And, we just continue to trade this range here, really, is what I'd be looking for. And, I may look to enter or compound my short here if we do get this move to the upside. In fact, I am going to set an alert here. If I do get that, I may look to enter that position. But ultimately, this has been sort of our plan for some time now, even looking at our higher time frame analysis, and it looks good to play out. So I'll be sure to update you guys as we continue to move forward, and price does give us a little bit more information as it continues to unfold here. But, ultimately, BTC is range bound. I'm not expecting some major move down to 30K. I'm not expecting some major move up to 50K. What I'm expecting is for price to continue to range in this sort of a zone for a while, where I'm looking for a long here and a short here. And, we'll just continue to sit on my hands in between. All right. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the Discord. As always, thank you for joining me today. And, we'll see you next time for another market update. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming next week.